during the time when I was cruising with Carl inside his car, and then when we have nothing left to do at that night, we just park right by the parking lot, and then I told Carl like, oh Carl, I'm gonna like sit back and have a snooze if that's okay with you, and he says, sure man, why not? So I snooze up, and then I start playing the radio with CD player, and then it was this particular song that kind of creeped me out. It was this David Bowie song, China Girl, and then he just sat down by the steering wheel and start singing, China Girl, China Girl. At that time I was like really freezing, like scared. I'm sitting with this creepy guy. So yeah, after that incident, I'm not gonna ever hang out with that guy.
Oh yeah, Wayne, sometimes I like to get back to nature. I like to walk up, these hills and kind of relax a little bit, huh? Wayne, the reason why I brought you out here is because this is where Brian Ugasugi made his last stand. The Xerox killer. I used to know that guy. We used to be friends back in high school. Although we didn't go to the same high school, we used to still be friends, I call him up, but, he's always kind of busy. That's the only thing, But, when we did hang out, we had some good times. Hey, Wayne, you kind of look like how I used to look like, back in high school. Hey, maybe you could, maybe you should have this jacket, huh? This jacket's from the 80s, This type of look, they don't make that anymore. This is called vintage, huh? It has a vintage look. Look at this. Look, how can you get styling like that anymore? So why don't you take this, man? Oh, look at this. Oh man, it looks good on you, pal. Look at that. Wow, you look real tough in there. Look at that. You look like a real man. You look so macho. Look at that. Wow, you're so manly. Yeah, maybe you should try that on, Like, put it on, I don't think I washed it in about that time, but that's okay, I'm sure, if you put some bleach on there or something, kind of make it just like new, Sometimes I like to go home and, strip myself down naked and put just denim against my bare skin. Hey Wayne, I was wondering, can you pass these things out, to people? Put it up on like boards, so that people can see that I'm gonna have my independent screening today. Yeah, I was just wondering if you could help me out with that a little bit. Hey Wayne, looks like the gate's clear here, huh? Looks like we're ready to rock and roll.
Time out for music, take a break with music. Let me make some music just for you.
Make music with Morgan. Al Morgan sings and plays your all-time favorites.
Settle back and let me sing a sentimental song or two for you. Child day, among the birds and bees. You left me alone, but still you're my own in my beautiful memory.
Oh yeah, they used to do all the films this way, They used to always just, you have to wind them up and pack them down. That's just how it used to be, man. This film, I shot back, way back when. I think this was back in the early 80s. I think it was 1980, actually. That was a great decade, man. That's when you could buy film, whenever. Nowadays, it's hard to get a hold of this type of stuff, Everything's all video nowadays. I really don't like video, the look. Just doesn't look as good. I wish everything was back to film. Hey Wayne, I think you should take the best seat in the house, you know, before I turn this on. This is a real masterpiece, that's why. You know, sure it's not edited or anything, it's just raw footage, but man, I think you should really take the best seat in the house. Just so you're more comfortable, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I was gonna use this for some sort of footage, like to show the progress of mankind, you know, but I never really got around to it. Yeah, you know, all this footage that I shot here is all from the early 80s. That was the best decade ever. The 80s just is the best. Anyone that doesn't like the 80s should be killed, because the 80s was the best decade ever. I just loved it. Yeah, I wish I could go back there. I just wish I could go back in time. I mean, just looking at this footage just makes me want to go back at that time period. That's when I was my coolest and when everything was okay, you know? Like, you know, I remember back then, you could wear denim, you could wear anything that you wanted, and everyone would just accept you for who you were. You know, that was the best time ever. Hey, that sandwich. I remember that sandwich. I ate it after the shoot. It was delicious. Oh man. Hey man, I remember that guy. Yeah, he had the coolest mustache. You know, I wish that would come back into style. You know, I remember his glasses, you know, really complimented that stash of his. Oh man. Oh, those trees, I remember that. That was the most beautiful footage I ever shot in my entire life. I mean, just looking up at those trees, you know, with the sun's reflection back there. Oh man, I just remember that time. There's some cornbread.